Hello, kindergartners, and welcome to our last day of math for the week. We have been talking about missing add-ins. We're going to continue that thinking through to the next week. We are going to have a lot of the same thinking today. We are going to be doing our pocket problems again using 15 pennies like we did yesterday. So continuing at that. While I'm talking about it, let's just talk about supplies we're going to need today. We are going to need the first being our pennies for our pocket problems. 15, of course. We know that's what we were talking about yesterday. And with our pennies, we need our pocket. If you made a pocket, if you're using a sock, a book, just have that out ready to go to cover your pennies. And then we are going to need our markers or crayons or pencils, whatever you're using to show your numerals. I'm using black. Your purple math symbols. Ooh, matches my sweatshirt. I have my green ready for the lines underneath our different pocket problems so that we keep them organized and we don't get confused by combining two different pocket problems. And then my red for missing add-ins. Okay, I think that is everything we're gonna need. Of course, our worksheets. I'll go over those after we finish our read aloud today. But before we do that, let's do some attendance. I'm gonna mix around my numbers here so that we can start with different people. Okay, I have my trophy noisemaker again. One day I will have an awesome toy or an awesome music maker that I can use. But for now, this will do. Okay, so starting, before I begin, give me a big wave when you hear your class name. Let's see, Zeke wants to come in. Zeke, do you want to come in with us? Come here. Everybody wants to say hi. You say hi? Say hi, everyone. We're going to do attendance now, okay? He says, okay, Mom, but can you put me down now? Okay. Let's get some attendance going. Starting with room 206. Come on down. Welcome to math. Room 103. Come on down. Welcome to math. Room 104. Come on down. Welcome to math. Room 102. Come on down. Welcome to math. Room 171. Come on down. Welcome to math. Okay, and 206 we started with. Great. Welcome, everyone. We have been doing such great math thinking about missing add-ins. We've had lots of practice and we have lots more coming up. Before we begin though, let's do a math read aloud. Zeke, do you want to join us for the math read aloud? No, he says no. Okay. Our math read aloud today is called Math Fables. Math Fables. These fables are stories that are made up usually to teach a lesson of some kind. But I think this is going to teach us some lessons about counting. By Greg Tang, illustrated by Heather Cahoon. Math Fables. We're going to be thinking about addition. Might be some subtraction, but I know there's some addition. Dinner guest. One spider waited patiently. At last her web was done. Just who would come to dinner now and be the lucky one? Ooh, rhyming words. I love rhyming words. A fly, a moth, mosquitoes would be great. It's nice to know that all good things will come to those who wait. Ooh, okay, so we see 1 spider and 3 bugs. So 1 and 3 more. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 plus 3 equals 4, right? We made our own number sentence. I'm not sure if that's what the book wanted us to do, but. Oh, I see. So each page is kind of like a new chapter. We see the chapter heading. So each page we learn about some new numbers and counting. This one says, trying times. The sun was shining overhead. The skies, let's see if you can see it. The skies were bright and clear. For 2 young birds safe in their nest, the time to fly was near. With wings spread wide, 1 bird took flight, but fluttered to the ground. The other one fell from the sky and very nearly drowned. Oh no. The 2 birds practiced all day long until they both could fly. Sometimes the most important thing in life is just to try. See, you are hearing those messages that this story is telling us, this fable. This one was telling us how important it is to be patient and to wait. It's an important life lesson. This fable is teaching us. This one is telling us to never give up and to just try. So our fables, we're learning an important lesson about through our fables. And we saw that 1 bird plus 1 bird equals 2 birds. So we're learning lessons and counting at the same time. I love it. Okay, next chapter or next story. Family affair. 3 turtles live in the woods where we're always on the go. Oh wait, let me start over. 3 turtles living in the woods were always on the go. One day they headed for a pond, albeit very slow. Okay, so thinking to ourselves, a total of 3 turtles. So what are going to be our 2 add-ins? Our 2 add-ins. The 2 numerals we're going to add together to get to our sum of 3. The youngest one soon raced ahead, but accidentally tripped. The other 2 caught up with him and found that he had flipped. Oh no. So we saw 1 and 2 more. 2 make 3, right? Our 2 add-ins are 1 and 2. Our sum is 3. They quickly grabbed him by the shell and righted him once more. All 3 agreed wholeheartedly. That's what our family's for. Oh, so there's our lesson that we're learning from this fable, that family is important and they're there to help you. The people in your life who support you are the important people to have. Going nuts. This sounds fun. 4 squirrels frolicked in the leaves one brisk fall afternoon, when suddenly it dawned on them the snow was coming soon. You see our 4 squirrels. 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't any winter food, 3 frightened squirrels cried. I guess we better get to work. A prudent one replied. So 3 frightened squirrels cried. We're trying to find 4. So we could also think subtraction. 4 and 3 of them cried. So 1, 2, 3. How many are left? 1. So we could think addition or subtraction. We know 1 add-end. By this part of the story, we know our total. 4 minus 3, or wouldn't be a add-in when we're doing subtraction, but we can think about subtraction in our head. So 4 minus 3, 1, 2, 3 equals 1. I guess we better get to work, a prudent one replied. 2 squirrels raced to gather nuts. So we could think 4 minus 2, 1, 2. How many are left? 2. Whoa. There you go. Package. Okay, so 2 squirrels raced to gather nuts and made a great big mound. The other 2 then buried them in stashes underground. So we saw the 4 minus 2, 1, 2 equals 2. Or we could think 2 plus 1, 2 equals 4. So we can switch our thinking in our head. All 4 slept very well that night, no longer feeling scared. They learned it's wise to plan ahead and always be prepared. There's our lesson that we're learning. It's important to always plan ahead and be prepared. Ooh, I love this story. I like that there's adding, we could do subtracting, we could think about missing add-ends, and we're learning important life lessons all in one book. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get this book for my classroom. Midnight snack. 5, thinking total of 5. 5 smart raccoons set out one night to get a bite to eat. They came upon a garbage can, the most delicious treat. 2 quickly grabbed it by the rim. Okay, we know an add-in, or we know an add-in. We can think about a missing add-in. So if we had 2, and then we count up to 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. What's our missing add-in? 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Let's see if that's what it says here. We're going to have a feast tonight. The other 3 cried. So we figured it out. Our missing add-in was 3. Before we eat, let's first give thanks, 4 thoughtful raccoons said. The youngest one put down the food and bowed his little head. We offer thanks, all 5 began, for each unfinished plate. Leftover food and chicken bones we so appreciate. It's so nice. It's important to reuse foods and not let them go to waste. And these raccoons are doing just that. Okay, we're gonna do this last one. Tools gold. Ooh, normally it's fool's gold, but this says tools gold. Along the rocky ocean coast, in water clear and blue, 6, thinking in our head 6 otters like to swim and play and look for shellfish too. One afternoon, 2 saw some clams. So we know our sum is 6. Our first add-in we know is 2. We're missing an add-in, so we can count up in our heads. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's see if our missing add-in is 4. One afternoon, 2 saw some clams along the ocean floor. 4 quickly dove to scoop them up, then hurried back for more. We figured it out. 2 and 4 more make 6. Right. If I can turn the page. Come on, Miss Sorensen. Maybe not. There we go. These shells are hard to pry apart. 5 puzzled otters sighed, counting up, trying to get to 6. We know that's our sum total. 5, 6. What's our missing add-in? 1. 5 and 1 more make 6. Ooh, a group of 3 tried this technique and found it worked quite well. Okay, so counting up, 3, so we got 3, 4, 5, 6. What's our missing add-in? 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Look at us. We're getting through these missing add-ins so quick now. The 6 smart otters were content, all had their fill of clams. They each had also learned to use a tool and not their hands. I like this. The message in this story is that it's polite to use utensils or like forks and spoons and knives instead of just grabbing the food with your hands and stuffing it in your mouth. So it's important to use forks and knives and spoons when eating your food. Like it. Okay. Maybe we'll have to read some more next week because there's a lot of fables in here. Let's see. We might be able to get one more in. We'll do one more and then we'll finish up there. Gone with the wind. The autumn air was growing cool. The days were shorter too. For 7, keep that in mind, 7 is our sum, our total. For 7 monarch butterflies, a trip was overdue. We should have left there weeks ago, 5 butterflies exclaimed. 5 is our add-end. Let's find out what our missing add-end is. Counting up to 7. 5, 6, 7. What's our missing add-end? 2. 5 and 2 more make 7. Let's double check. We hate to say we told you so, 2 know-it-alls proclaimed. They had to get to Mexico before the winter freeze. One led the other, in flight. Let's figure out 1. We have our sum, we know is 7. We have one add-in, we know is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many do we have in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you get 6 too? Ooh, let's check, see if that's right. 1 led the other 6 in flight. 1 and 6 more make 7. Atop a southern breeze, their journey would be very far, 1,000 miles or more. The monarchs flew both day and night in groups of 3 and, okay, 7 we know are sum. 3, counting up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's our missing add-end? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 3 and 4 more make 7. You got it. Okay. In groups of 3 and 4. At last, all 7 made it home, too tired to celebrate. They vowed next time spring to be on time and not procrastinate. Procrastinate means to do things that are not productive, things that you're not supposed to be doing to get so that you don't do the thing that you're supposed to be doing. Like, for instance, if you are supposed to be cleaning your room and you are playing with your stuffies in the corner instead of cleaning, that's called procrastinate. Okay, let's quickly go over our worksheets for today. They are going to look a lot similar, or very similar to the ones that we've been doing all week. A couple new ones though. Our first one, in our first video, we've been seeing this missing add-in sheet. Same idea, looking at the sum to see if it's missing or looking at the add-ins to see if one is missing. So that is our worksheet in our first video, along with this one, which is similar to what we saw yesterday, but yesterday I believe we were doing addition. This one we are going to be doing subtraction problems. Same thing, finding the number that the animal is thinking about. Our next video, we're going to be doing the same thing we've been working on the last couple of weeks, thinking about addition and really focusing on number sentences and finding that sum. We are also going to have another video or another worksheet in that video today, and we are going to be finding sums and comparing those sums. And I realize that I forgot to tell you, get out if you have your markers or crayons nearby, to get out an orange and a blue marker, because we're going to be circling our orange and blue for greater and smaller. So if you have those nearby, I need to get mine out too. Orange and blue. And then for those looking for a bit more of a challenge, we have this worksheet today. It is a lot. There is 15 problems in this column, and there is 15 problems in this column. Both sides have addition and subtraction, so you need to be paying attention to the math symbols, and you also need to be paying attention to the boxes to figure out if there is a missing addend or minuend or subtrahend. I need to double check my wording on those, or if there is a missing sum or difference. So lots of missing parts and pieces, so you really need to be focusing on switching back and forth in your brain on if you're doing subtraction or addition, and what part is missing. Okay, we will go over those in a little bit in more detail. Okay, I'll see you in just a second for some more pocket problems with our 15 pennies. Bye, everyone.